like a horse and carriage. Dad was told by Mother, you can't have one without the other. When I was serving as a bishop of a young adult ward, a congregation in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, it was my privilege and my responsibility to counsel these young people on the subject of love and marriage, particularly the big two. How do I find the right one? And then what do I do? There have been a number of approaches to this, as you might know. President Spencer W. Kimball, president of the church, when he was an apostle, purportedly spoke to a big group of young adults, and he told them this. He said, I could march you out of that door 2 by 2 at random. And if you married, and if you kept the commandments of the Lord, you would have successful marriages. Ooh. That sent a shock up the 12,000 spines who were sitting in the seats in front of him. Well, President Kimball never advocated that. The church has never made that a program, which is relief to all the lovers out there. But there is much wisdom in what he said. There was a young woman in our ward from another country where this is kind of traditional, and her parents were an arranged marriage, arranged by their parents. And she said it was no big deal. They respected each other, were kind to each other, and kind to the children, and they had a successful marriage and family. Well, what do the really intelligent people do? How do they make this decision? Well, the smartest man I ever met was Hugh Nibley. Here's what he did. He was on his way to join the faculty at Brigham Young University, and he felt it was time that he should be married. So he prayed and made a deal with the Lord. He said, I will marry the first woman that I meet at BYU. His assumption was that the Lord would set up that meeting and then make the arrangements, and he would follow through. And the Lord did. And Hugh Nibley did, and they lived happily ever after. My own story is this. Back from my mission for a little while and looking for a wife, but apparently not looking hard enough. Some of us need to be whacked upside the head by a spiritual 2x4 to get our attention. I was one of those. And so it came to pass that I knocked on the door of this co-ed apartment. I was looking for my sister Diane. And the door opened, and there was Diane. But not my sister Diane. It was my wife, Diane. I knew that. As surely as if an angel had come down from heaven, introduced us, and performed the ceremony right there. Now, how easy is that, to choose a wife? Not as easy as I thought. Because the same strong spiritual impressions that were thundering in my ears didn't reach her. It took me 1.5 years of dating, of impressing, of praying, of pleading to the Lord and to her, until she finally said yes. And it was worth every second of it. What a marvelous wife. Well, I should be twice as wise as the average guy I know, because I've been able to do this twice. 26 years and 15 children later, my beloved Diane died of cancer. Wow, now what? Now the choice, huh? No longer a confident, cocky young man. Now I am a gentleman of 50 years old with heavy responsibilities, family, all this sort of thing. What do I do now? I was resolved that I would move forward, but I was the memories and the raw hurt in the heart. All that goes with this, they were holding me back. I had decided that I would not make a decision for a while. I needed time. The experts I read said, if you lose your spouse, this is not a monkey on your back. This is the 800-pound gorilla of grief. As a matter of fact, they recommended don't even use power tools, don't drive heavy equipment, don't even get in heavy traffic for the first year until your head clears. Made sense to me. I was stumbling around in little social situations. Heaven knows I didn't plan to make any decisions of eternal consequence until I could think straighter. Until the Lord placed before me this beautiful woman, talented, gifted, prepared. She was not intimidated by 15 children. But still I paused. About 1/16 of my brain said, you know, you said you'd go slow. Now, take it easy. But the rest of my brain and my heart and my hormones, 50-year-old men do have hormones, they said, are you out of your mind? Sweep this woman off her feet and marry her before the word gets out that she's available. Well, so much for the battle of the heart. That was over. And I have been blessed. 2 months later, I was again twice blessed at the marriage altar. So my observation is there are many ways to go about it. I don't think the recipe is as important as the ingredients. And the ingredients are two: love and the Lord, in the right order. To paraphrase the greatest authority on this subject, the foremost authority, he said this: love the Lord with all your heart, and love your closest neighbor as yourself. You can't have one without the other.